You're listening to Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live.
Houseology Live on Humble House Radio.
Welcome
We're
to
here again.
Houseology Live.
Back again.
It's Monday.
Monday at the Moxy downtown.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love Moxy.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, you know.
What's up, DJ Volume?
What's up?
Love those glasses on you.
New glasses,
Oh,
everybody.
see?
What do we think?
Yeah,
Taking
beautiful.
a poll.
Beautiful,
10 out of 10. It
beautiful.
looks great. Looks great. You look
love it.
smart. You look
Fantastic.
studious.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Exactly.
She's glowing, right?
Yes.
Thanks,
Which
guys.
is always
Yes.
glowing, in my opinion.
I am DJ.
See, that's why we need that soundbite. We would have had that.
You can't come in 7 minutes before the show and expect me to put your computer
Look
in
who's
the mixer.
talking. First time he's been here
Unbelievable.
on time in like the last 3 months. Haven't forgot nothing. Can we get the shots fired soundbite too? Pow,
Here,
pow.
I would.
there we go. That's how we take care of that right there. Just
No, it's
All right, we
love.
got
It's
some
all love.
energy in the room
That's all
Yeah,
today.
we
I
do.
love it.
Yeah. Well, my name's DJ Ketone, by the way, guys. I'm over here. I'm still glowing too. You know, along with my.
Yeah, you
Look at
always
his
glow.
outfit. Come on.
He looks very beachy and fun.
Yeah,
with the
I
peach.
needed some summertime stuff.
Yeah,
I was
love it.
feeling
Summertime,
really like
summertime
autumny. You know, I
Yeah.
love those greens and browns, but
Yeah,
it's
you
time
do.
to get into that summer vibe.
Yeah,
I
man.
love black always and forever.
Yeah, it's fine. It looks
love
good
it.
on
Yeah,
you.
same. She
It loves
loves
you
black.
too, baby. Black loves you too, baby.
I knew that was going to go there.
We got DJ
So,
Embrace.
What
in the
up,
building.
dude?
What's up,
What's
DJ
up?
Embrace?
What's goody? What's goody?
Yeah, good to
Yeah.
see you, man.
Good to see you
You
guys
had
too.
an adventurous weekend. Yeah,
I had a fun weekend. We'll get into it later, but
Yes.
I had a fun weekend, man. It was
Yes.
awesome.
it didn't end up in jail or anything like that.
It did not.
Oh,
No.
good.
Yeah, it's good,
Then,
man.
then
It's
it could have
good.
been more fun, but
You got to stop at that line.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Oh,
at some
for
point in
sure.
time you got to be like,
What's up, Brave Daddy Robbie? You know you like to cross that line.
oh,
out there.
never. Never. What are you trying to imply?
When you
sir?
make it to the
You're a
Monday
wild
show,
child.
then we know that the weekend was all
You
right.
know,
Yes,
Oh,
if everybody's here,
That is
almost
true.
everybody. We're
That
missing
is true.
Danielle, which she's working
Very
hard.
true.
Yeah.
What's up,
True.
Danielle?
We miss you, Danielle.
We got
Come
Rich.
back.
Rich, he's busy.
Yeah, I know. She's been gone for a while now, hasn't she?
Yeah.
I know. We miss you.
Come
I
on,
can't tell if
Danielle.
that. Did that just make that better or worse? No, that sounds good, right?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, it
okay.
sounds good.
Yeah. Do we have? We got some sound bites in here we can put in. I got some for
Oh.
the 20-second late
20 seconds.
claps. You know.
Just you know what? Just don't take these things away from me. Maybe I enjoy doing them like that. Can I-
We have a great show for everybody today, guys. Just to remind you, this is Houseology Live. We do this show every Monday. We bring it to you for the community, by the community. Every Monday, 6:30 to 8, we have our recap section that's going to be coming up here shortly, as well as our interview with our guest. His name is Jeff, if you didn't know it. And we have our what's coming up section. So again, if you didn't see DJ Embrace's post today about our upcoming section, if you have attended any kind of event this weekend and you want to share that event with us, good experiences, even some bad experiences, they're out
Either
there.
or.
They can be out there.
If you ended up in jail.
I
And-
love
or-
the bad experiences.
Well, don't call us collect because I ain't picking it up.
yeah,
baby.
that's true. We're not going to be doing that. No.
But if you do want to give us a call, 727-342-0550. Tell us about all the fun that we may have missed, or the events that you're glad that we did miss.
If you want to try playing a sound, we'll see if it comes through.
Oh,
or
let's
not.
see what we got. We got some claps? No claps yet.
No? Are you playing it?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is. No, there it is.
There we go.
Oh,
See, it's just as slow as mine, so you can't really, it was delayed
It's just
too.
20-second claps?
Yeah. Hold on, let me gain you up just a tiny bit.
Maybe I need some.
Oh,
Oh, those are some.
that
Yeah,
sounds
Those some janky claps.
Yeah,
right
what was
there.
that?
Oh, those
There
are
we
better.
go.
That's great.
Those are
Yeah,
better.
Better.
We might need a little juice though, because I'm up at the top.
You need a charger?
Hold on.
No,
Hold on, getting there.
nice.
Yeah,
It almost sounds like bacon frying.
it does.
What is that?
I don't know. That's horrible. That is a horrible one.
Oh my.
We're gonna heart the other
See,
one.
you take the sound effects away from me, we get alien
you
clapping
could've kept
noises.
it.
We don't know what we're going to get throughout the show.
No, you're gonna get some crazy stuff now. But we do have our guest right here. This one works. Wait, where is it?
No. Oh.
No? It was working earlier.
I didn't do anything. It's still there. Oh, no.
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 Maybe you have to buy it. Maybe it's an app.
Yeah, right.
You only get so many taps.
Dang.
We have the Timu version.
man.
That's crazy.
I'm not blocking you. I promise. You can play something if you want.
Well,
It's not like a hatred thing or anything like that.
no, we'll get into our topics. We got some interesting topics for today. Anyhow, better than sound bites. Our guest my name is Jeff. He's a ex-football player, college football player, resident DJ. I mean, we'll get into all of that shortly and introduce you guys. But some things that happened over the weekend. We had hey, there we go. We had our first Friday at Concrete Jungle.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a hell of a show.
What a night.
That was
a great
fun.
night.
A lot of fun.
We had Embrace open up upstairs. That was fun. Tell us about that a little bit. Tell us about your experience and how you felt about going from dinner to club.
Oh, yeah, man. I want to talk about the art of opening a set. That would be great. But first of all, I just want to say shout out to everybody who came through and supported. Thank you, everybody. I had so many friends that came through.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
It
So,
showed out.
it worked out because I had some friends who came in from Detroit. They came and seen me play for the first time, my house scene. So that was cool. My sister pulled up. Her boyfriend pulled up. She brought out some females and some friends. I had some other group of friends came through. So it was cool just having everybody together, Cause,
that's much better. There you go.
go.
My sensitivity on my mic was. Sorry to interrupt you there. I
you're good.
apologize.
No, you're good.
I'm like, why does this not sound? Make sure all your mics are like on number 4, please, real quick. I'm sorry. If you press the button, it should say 4. No, yours works.
Yeah.
Mine there.
Yeah. Oh no, you turned yourself off now. Oh, you may have changed the channel.
I don't think.
There you go.
There you go.
But it should say
Okay.
U4 or whatever on there is what it should say. If you press it just once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Yeah.
There you go. See
We're
that?
all on U4, guys.
Perfect.
U4.
See, that's the microphone gain. The actual microphone itself has its own gain, and every
I
now and
see.
then those get pressed, and that's why I was like, "This doesn't sound right." I sound like really quiet for some reason. Anyways, so that's how you know people. We're just giving audio lessons out here today.
Yeah. But good time. Yeah.
Take
Anyway,
notes.
go on. I apologize.
No, you're
so
good,
you were
yeah.
opening a concrete jungle.
Opening Concrete Jungle, had a few friends come out. I have a few different groups of friends, which is great. You know what I mean? Like I got my friends that I chill with, like the homies. Then I got the people I do the house music with. Then I got people I do other things with, and just to have everybody in one room was awesome. And they all got to meet each other and just network and just chill. So it was a good time.
That's dope.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. You did a great job too.
Thank you.
It was a vibe.
Yeah.
Afro house.
It was kind of tough. You know how you get those jitters when you're in the middle of the set and you're just like having that record box froze face, like, dang, what do I play next?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or when you're like really deep in a groove and
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, I got to keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
and the
wanna
thing
kill
is
the
about
vibe.
opening, right? So you don't want to, go on 10 right away.
Yeah.
Right, and then because it's first Friday, it already seemed like it was on 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had to like pivot a little bit with my set. So I
We've
had-
all been there.
yeah,
we've all been there.
You just got to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good DJs know what to do in that.
Yeah, it was
in
good
that
set.
Yep.
You were going to say something about the art of opening.
Yeah, I mean, there's an art, and I think it's a lost art, and I feel like if you come from being an open format DJ to being a house DJ, I think you know that art. But if you're only specific to one genre, you may not know that art.
Yeah.
You know what? I wish I could find it on my Instagram, but I found a DJ with 15 months of experience telling everybody how to open a show. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that I think
it's
that
very
should be
important.
like that. But no, he honestly though he did make one good point. He said you don't want to be too lit because everybody's just showing up. Nobody's had any drinks yet.
Yeah.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's hard
Yeah.
to do too when you're playing techno. By the way, like
Yeah.
I mean that's why I enjoy afters because I don't have too many levels. I'm either maybe chill or I'm not.
Yeah.
And when I'm playing techno, there's no chill.
Well,
Yeah.
with techno, can you do it melodic? Can you keep it maybe some vocals when you
could
first
if I
start?
like playing melodic techno, but that's not like that's why I'm a 5 a.m. techno DJ.
Yeah.
That's what I'm there for. But
Yo, that's funny as hell. I just saw a meme about melodic techno. It was the first part was a guy walking into the office and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to a techno show. You want to come?" And the like to a like a coworker. And then the next slide, it was like, yeah, put me on the list. The next slide was, hey, I'm gonna go play melodic techno. You want to come? And it was HR calling somebody call HR on this guy or something.
That's funny.
But yeah, I don't know why people don't like. I love melodic techno. I think it's pretty cool, actually.
All right, so you guys see the different camera shot, by the way?
I like
See,
it.
I like it.
It's
wide.
dark. It's
I
dark.
also love my glasses.
Yeah. Oh yes, yes. True. I get it. It's dark. I got to get a better camera than this, but that's the whole point why I've been trying to move the camera so we can have that not angled thing. So
Yeah.
Upgrades,
where you see
baby.
giant knees on our guest, and then the other person looks like they're 30 feet away from the camera.
I wonder if there's a way with our, the back end stuff, if the camera can switch automatically based on who's talking.
I think there's a plug-in for OBS like that, but you kind of got to watch it, like, because if you don't get it set right and stuff, somebody sighs on the other side and the camera pops
Might
back and
pop
forth.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get but they have like thresholds and stuff on them too. I could look into something like that, but
Yeah. Let me know if you need some help.
We got Heather Effie on the stream. What's up, Heather?
Heather.
She
Every
said,
Sunday.
every Sunday at 7 to 9 p.m. She said Sam looks hot in those new glasses.
Yes, Heather.
Brian Tyler open up downstairs. He is a part of our artist development program, and he's going through that. We have some exciting news to share about that, but not this week. And then we had Chico. Awakening was after.
Yes.
And Awakening set it off downstairs, and a proper Awakening vibes as always.
Always. Love him.
And then after that, we
also
had
Awakening's playing at Movement Monday, by the way.
Yes,
Right
that's
after this.
on
today.
our upcoming. But
I'm
yes,
gonna catch you awake now. I'm gonna probably slide over there after the show.
Yeah,
Just
we're
had
gonna
to
try
throw it in while
gonna
we're
try
on
to-
the Awakening.
You're
That-
right. You're
this,
right.
This Monday thing, I'm gonna try to run over to the movement thing. We got
Us too.
Yeah, we're gonna
let's
try to
go
run
over
real
there.
quick and make it
Yeah,
before it
let's
ends.
do that.
And then we had Chico came in after Awakening. He elevated the room as well. It was a great vibe downstairs. He kept it Latin Afro house tech.
did you say Aladdin?
Latin.
Latin.
Oh, Latin. Okay. Okay.
Aladdin.
I was gonna say, did we go Disney on us?
No,
or?
no.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
And then Roberta closed it out. Proper vibes. She had fun. She did
Yep.
great. And then upstairs we had Trippy Squad. Trippy Squad did
Slick Vision.
They did their thing right on after you. It was Slick Vision, and then Andy and Hoagie came and shut it down. And classic Hoagie fashion, I knew the minute he stepped on the decks, I knew it was Hoagie.
How do they do that?
Yeah, it's just Hoagie's got his own lane, and I love it. I love it for him.
That's what's up.
Also, this
Real quick
weekend,
on the way out, so I'll real quick just go on
Go
there.
for it.
There was a pop up. The hot dog got the dude dog.
Dude Dogs.
Yes.
Yes.
So there was a little pop up DJ set next to
Yes.
that.
Yeah. So who was playing that? It was one of my friends.
I met the guy Keon
And
Kai
Over
Fi,
Easy.
right?
Kai-Fi,
And
Over
Over
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, over easy. I know. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they shut it
And
down. That
Eric
dope.
was there?
Yes,
Yeah,
Eric,
Eric,
because
yeah.
Eric was playing it. That's right. That's
Yes.
right. That's right. That's right. That's yep.
Yeah, that was a vibe. That was dope. Little pop up on the corner behind the dog dude.
I saw that setup, and I messaged Dude Dog. He was at our house for the holidays. He was a vendor
Okay.
at our house for the holidays, and I'm like, dude, I love this for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because every time I've ever seen Dude for our Thursdays, if we have it at Saigon, he's always playing the proper vibes.
Always playing house.
Always playing dope
Yeah.
music.
Yep.
He's got the right music going every single time. And I'm like, dude, you're obviously our people. You
Yeah.
know, like you're obviously in, and now to see that somebody's doing something around his vendors,
Yes.
his
It's
vendership
great.
and all that.
It's cool to see it.
It's really
Yeah.
cool to see.
Yeah, for sure.
He definitely curated that. He had that coming.
Yep.
That vibe coming. So some other things that happened over the weekend. We had Privé over at the Pier. Anthony Atala, always proper. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. You bring Anthony Atala around, and
Anthony was great.
it's a vibe.
You went to it?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Robbie, you were there.
Well, Anthony's
Tell
a good
us.
friend of mine, and I haven't seen him for a while. I met Anthony. When did I meet Anthony originally? It was in Miami. It was about 4 years ago. That's 4 years ago. That's 4 years
That
ago.
was 4.
Yep. And he was playing at a hotel show that was being done by our good friend Sakali and Dylan, who suddenly his DJ name has completely escaped me. But Dylan, and actually Freelance even did audio for that, and I was there. It was great because Anthony was playing. None of us can remember. I can see you guys, but it was great because it ended up being later in the night that Anthony got on like 9 o'clock at night, and he played with just the same intensity and fun.
Oh yeah.
In front of 25 people. Now, this is important. This is something, by the way, that I think's really something I love about him, something I love about Marcus Schultz and all that. He played with just the same intensity in front of 25 people as he plays in front of 250 people.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that was I was feeding him beers and dancing pretty much right behind him the whole time. Then we started having conversations while he was DJing and stuff like that. And then I met him again on Groove Cruise. And when he saw me on Groove Cruise, he runs out from behind the decks and hugs me so hard he made my back crack. And then that was that. And then I hung out with him in Minneapolis, St. Paul a couple times.
He's a solid dude then.
So
solid guy.
Callie and I brought him in at PTL 2 years ago for Sunset Afters. And stuff, and you know, and we even had some issues with the sound there at that club. Really bad issues.
At PTO,
yeah,
rest in peace.
Yeah, exactly. And but Anthony was not exactly thrilled about how it sounded, but he still played. And Anthony's particular about sound. He really likes to know it's going to sound good, which is fine. We all do. And it was, and Sakali was really worried because he knew he was. And I said, listen, bro, he's our friend. He's not going to do us like that. I know he's still going to play. And sure enough, he did.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it was a good set. It was a good show, good turnout. Gio Leone played as well. He did a back-to-back with Joe Lenny, and that was pretty good. And he was pretty happy about that. So I hung out with Gio and, of course, saw Vanity there. And he actually drove, so that was nice to see he's healing properly.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
Wow.
I introduced him to my friend and said he likes pavement surfing. So, and that went well. So, you know.
Did you catch any of the other sets?
Well, yeah, Nico Moon was before Anthony, and then I showed up right when Gio and Joe were playing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and I swung into so Janice is doing a new monthly on First Fridays as well. They're going to call it Bass Oasis. I believe it definitely probably is going to be a Monday, because when I walked there with my good friend Pierce Fierce, and we walked in, and there's probably about 400 people at Janice listening on a First Friday.
I love that.
Free show, and that place is packed.
Wow.
Like, it was packed. It was 10 o'clock at night. I was blown away. And they had, I forget, shoot, I'm so sorry. I could bring it up, but I would have to get on my Instagram. But they had 4 artists there. I think it was 2 house DJs or 3 bass DJs and 1 house DJ, something along those lines. The one DJ that basically was headlining, I guess, is a good friend of Nick Hogan's or something, and plays out at the Hogan spot on Clearwater Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so he was doing really good, and everybody enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And, you know, it's great that they're doing something like that, because he wants it to be, he wants all the artists to be locals, and he wants that. So we all get, you know, and pretty much everybody on there, I would say everybody that played is all probably have been DJing around less than 18 months, maybe 2 years. One of them were about 2 years. But, you know, that's fun. And you get up there on that big stage, and actually, I was actually asked to play, but he said it was a bass show. So I said, well, I don't play bass music. But then he ended up booking a house DJ anyways. So maybe I should have just played it, I guess.
I wanted to talk about that later, too. I wanted, like, maybe we can cover that, maybe if not today, next episode. But, like, is there becoming a saturation in these house? Like, a lot of venues are going to electronic music because they know it's, like, a fad right now. Or not a fad. There might be a bandwagon.
Oh,
Like, is there a bandwagon to book electronic DJs because they see that it's like popular?
It's on the rise.
Well, yeah, you know, that's just the culture. It's that's just going to happen across the board.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter how late these bar owners are to what's actually the next thing, it's going to happen eventually.
Now, yeah, that's fine. However, what if the audience that go to that venue aren't people that listen to house music? And
Right.
then they just,
There's so many people that don't listen to house music, and that's not going away.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
I
There's
mean,
definitely
we
going
can't
to
play
still.
house everywhere.
Yeah, there's definitely going to still be hip hop clubs
Yeah.
and pop.
And
clubs.
there's a huge selection of plenty of bars downtown playing open format.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Crafty Squirrel typically happens to be hip hop a
Yep.
lot.
Yeah.
You know, our good friend Fix, right? Fix
Yes,
the DJ. Yeah,
DJ
Fix
Fix.
plays down at $5
Yep.
on Thursday nights, and he always plays a little bit. He actually sometimes will really get the kids going. He'll play like some wompy
he'll
bass.
womp bass.
Yeah.
Kinds of
which
stuff.
works.
Yeah,
which works.
and that. So he does it. So on a Thursday night, if you think about it, you can come to downtown St. Pete, and in Saigon Blonde, if you're lucky to catch me on one of my nights, you know, you're going to have amazing house music with a huge energy vibe.
Yep.
And then you got Gio and Leo on the other Thursday night too, and they'll do a pretty good job at that. Then right next door, you've got Crafty Squirrel, which typically is throwing down a lot of hip hop for the most
Hip-hop,
part.
top
Yeah.
40.
And then you've got $5 right next to them, and they're playing generally open format. And with Fix, and Fix is a great DJ, also a really nice guy. He came by last Thursday and hung out for a little bit. One of his good friends just moved down from Atlanta and is starting to. Can you guys move in a little bit? Just a little bit to the center. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot I was on camera. And I'm like trying to give you hand signals without talking. I don't know what I'm thinking. But just a little bit more, Anthony, please. Thank you. Sorry. And he hung out and we just chatted for a little bit and stuff. But good guy. So
love Fix.
But the point being, getting back to your point though, like that's on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
So you can come down there and pretty much just pick about everything you want. On the other side of the block, don't forget too, we've got what's the country bar?
the Farm.
The farm.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep. And then you got the disco
No,
spot.
and then the disco bar, yeah.
Yeah, the disco spot.
So you
You have
can
everything.
literally on a Thursday night, find me another city on a Thursday night where you can walk and within literally one solid block have 5 different genres of music that you choose.
That's great. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
another
it's
reason
really
why.
good.
And then who knows what Janice has, by the way.
Yeah.
If Janice has a show on Thursday night, they might have classic rock. It might be hip hop. It might be an influencer. It might, you never know.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think-
you see the people divide into their after they released out of there. You see the people divide into
Yeah.
their groups of musical choices. It's kind of funny. It's kind
I
of.
think that's funny though.
And Rubies. You get
Oh,
some
yeah.
jazz.
Oh, yeah. You get the
That's
jazz
right.
and Ruby
6.
Elixir.
So you
Yeah.
get 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah, it's
tell
awesome.
me, give me a city where you know for a fact. If anybody knows, they can call.
Call in.
And then tell me where in one block you can get 6 different genres of
Yeah.
music if you want.
Yeah, I haven't even found that in New York.
Yeah, not really. Not that close. Not
Yeah.
not within that proximity. I had a buddy who just texted me, said he was trying to call in. He would like to talk
Oh.
about his event.
Did
Oh,
he?
let's
I'm
go.
sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Shoot, he did. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I told him to call right back.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
tell him
Yeah.
to give us
Call
a
right
shout.
back.
I don't know why.
This is an event coming up or that he had.
No, this
You
is
know.
my friend LCM. He had an event yesterday, the R&B Vegan event.
Okay, let's
so
go.
I plugged it in a while ago, 2 months ago. He had Nilla Green on it, which was
Oh, yeah.
fire.
Uh-oh.
Nilla Green.
Oh, wait. See, hold on. My
You
this is
look-
complaining that supposedly it can't play audio for some reason right now. That's the reason why it didn't come through. So bear with me 1 second.
So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So yeah, we'll have DJ LCM call in about Iron Vegan,
Yep.
and that happened in Ybor.
Yeah, it happened at this place called 1920.
Well, he usually plays his it's R&B.
Yeah, it's R&B.
vibes.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Oh,
there he is.
that's me. That's me. Sorry, that was just me testing. I was making sure it was working.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's working. It'll be good now. If he calls back, we'll hear him.
Yeah,
Sorry
I just
about that,
texted
man.
him, told him to call us. Yeah, it's a dope little venue called 1920. It's indoor and outdoors. It's huge.
Oh, Lewis.
Yeah, Louis.
Yeah. I provided the equipment.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
yes.
You know Louis. Yeah,
Yeah.
There you
It-
go.
Oh, there we go.
LCM Entertainment and more.
Hey.
So there, he should be there. Is he
Hello?
there?
Hello?
Hey.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. You know, just Monday traffic, getting home. How's everybody doing?
We're having
we
a beautiful
chilling. We
Monday.
chilling. We chilling. What up, though?
Tell us about your Iron Vegan event.
Iron Vegan, man, what can I say? It started in Tampa, taking place on select Sundays, and we invite the best DJs from all over to come throw down their best R&B inspired sets. And then we also invite our local vegan food vendors to come cook with us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's art, it's food, it's music. So it's crazy because, I met Luis probably a couple years ago, and I just watched that Iron Vegan event grow. And he took advantage of the events that they have in Vegas. There's one called R&B and Ribs, the YouTube channel called Apartment, where it's just R&B vibe, super chill.
Okay.
It's super casual. It's real grown and sexy. And
Yeah.
he's taking that torch and running with it. So shout out to LCM, bro.
I always love playing R&B out,
Oh, yeah.
especially if it's got some good sound. You need that sub in there to
Yeah.
get that emotion. But
It was a nice setup.
yeah, I love that.
Yep.
I love that.
I actually texted Lewis today and asked him if everything went all right.
Heck yeah, man. So
This
how
is
often
Robbie?
do you do those?
Yeah, this is
that's
Robbie. Yeah.
Oh, man. Raise
Yeah.
that. Come on, my boy.
Yeah, man. It was a nice little setup, and that
Yeah.
I thought the sound was pretty good.
Yep.
1920 is a neat little venue. Didn't that used to be Carmine's, right? Wasn't that Carmine?
No, Carmine's was down the
believe
road,
so.
right? Or that used to be Carmine's?
I think
Is
because
it
the
an outside
outdoor,
patio?
yeah, the outdoor,
Yeah, that's Carmine's, yeah.
Because they
no
bought
way.
it and then they put the new awning and everything over top of it. And all that. Yeah, it looks really
Okay.
nice.
Okay, yeah. When's the next one?
So the next one, I'm probably gonna, always Tampa's gonna be the home, so I'm probably gonna do it like every 4 months. I'm working on a few sponsorships. We're gonna take it to Miami. I got people reaching out from DC, New York City. So I mean, it's all in the plan. It's a process. This ain't easy, man.
No, it is. It is not.
It's a lot of moving parts. So a lot of people want it everywhere, and I'm just trying to make sure I do the right steps, the right, the people I surround myself that have the same mindset as me, and just knock out all the steps and just make it happen. Try to make sure people get the word out. Good people like Embrace. Give him his flowers, man, because he started the R&B game, man. He was one of the first DJs to play music
Oh, was
at
that
the
you?
R&B day party.
Nice.
Yeah,
I did
when
not know that.
When
So-
it was small, but man, you came a long way. So I just want to give you your flowers, man. You put in that work, and congratulations. And I see this. I don't see this thing stopping anytime soon. So keep it up, my brother.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for the opportunity. And Rob, I'll see you later, man. All right?
Yep, you too, man.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
All right. So, is there any other events that happened over the weekend that we may have missed?
Not gonna lie. Every time we've done a phone call right now, I get so excited because I can't believe it's actually working the way I want it to. Like I'm just
It's
not
so
even
good.
gonna. And
It's
it
great.
actually
It
is.
sounded
I
good.
cannot. And then we're doing on the 21st. Was it? Is it when we're going to do the somebody via Zoom or whatever?
That is July 14th.
14th, I'm
That'll
sorry.
be DJ Cisco.
Yes. So we're going to be doing that remotely. I'm excited about
That's
that.
going to be fun too.
New cameras and working call phone.
I know, man.
Wow.
But we are going to get
Upgrades.
new cameras too. Because we've got some things planned up here in the near future, we're going to definitely invest in some new cameras
Let's
and
go.
up our production game a little bit. No more of these fuzzy. And then today, everybody, I'm just trying a new shot here because normally we got this weird shot in that, but I didn't realize the camera. I don't know why the camera is gray.
I love this.
I mean,
I like the grayscale, honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot better than like shining bright, glowing white, right?
Yeah, but that looks good too. Actually, I like to distinguish the difference in the camera's angles.
Well, there isn't supposed to be a difference though. That's the problem.
Listen, everybody starts from somewhere, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
listen, Joe Rogan.
A good
didn't get
production
there.
has two matching cameras. Says
won't
the
tell
man with
anybody.
25 years in broadcasting. So you can understand why I'm like, ooh, it's actually supposed to match.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But no, yeah, it's. I think it's definitely going to look better. We're if you think about it, this would be. I mean, if you're not counting last year, I mean, we're 6 months just about today. I think doing the
wow.
broadcast like this. By the way,
Yeah, I think.
I
so.
think from Moxy and stuff. It's yeah. I know we did like one or two or just a couple shows at the end of last year, but then we've been consistent since like the second week of January.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and it's the second week of June.
Yeah, we've only missed about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Out of
Well,
the
we had a
those are
holiday,
holiday,
yeah.
all holiday
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, we've been doing really good on the podcast.
So
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in too, man.
Yes,
That's
we
when I started.
really appreciate you
so,
guys.
yeah, it's been great.
People are tuning in. People are giving us feedback on,
Yeah.
especially about that last week's episode.
Yo,
Luke,
that was-
Luke
yeah.
went
He was
off.
going in.
Yeah.
Shout out
Luke
to
went
Luke.
off, and it
Yeah.
shocked the community
Yeah.
for sure.
I told you, Kyle told me at Privier. He said he liked that one. That was a little bit of fun.
Yeah. He's fun show.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we are gonna be chatting with our dude Jeff. If you didn't know, his name is Jeff, and we will stretch it a little bit to where,
Yeah, there we go. Oh, you know what? I'm just like, there we go. So now it's back to you, so I can actually not be seen telling you to stretch it.
That's good.
But I mean that's just how a shirt. Here, you know what? I don't think I played Chris's music. Yet.
Was this Frontline?
Yeah, this is.
This is Frontline by Christopher Michaels, another
Yep.
local producer who is on the Humble
Grind.
House.
We'll go out to that.
Grinding.
Yes. He was over at Saigon Saturday, so that's what happened over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go to commercial, I just want to let you guys know that we're going to be come back with our guest, whose name is.
Job.
It's not playing. Why is it not playing now?
I don't know.
It was playing before. His name is Jeff, anyhow.
Somebody like, my name is Jeff.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's kind of what it sounded like.
My name is Jeff.
I don't know why it's not playing. That sucks. All right. I was so excited about that.
I was
one,
excited
too.
about that too.
All right, guys. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Oh, shoot. There we go.
I always love playing R&B out.
Wake up, 8 cup, get your tits up in my makeup, face fuck, get your bake up, fake bluff, fake tough, niggas dicks up, put your sticks up for the motherfucking princess, rates up, jigs up, put your dicks up, get your dicks up, put your motherfucking sticks up, they suck, that's tough, nigga, pay up, get your rates up for the motherfucking princess, for the motherfucking princess. For the motherfucking princess. She mean she think it kinda niggas Dalai Lama Doji. Cool it in November, she get hotter than the sauna. Take a trip out to Japan and I tsunami her vagina. Wine it down a Benihana. I'm the new hip hop Madonna. I'm the new hip hop Madonna. I'm the trap Grace Jones. I don't know what type of motherfucking crap they own. I'm a Carrie Bradshaw with a back brace on. I've been carrying you bitches now for way too long. I'm a black bitch, purple cunt. Stack chips, smoke a blunt. All beef gets smoked. I'm a real fly bitch, you a coach hoe. I'm a real bright bitch, every coast hoe. She was talking on and then she wanna approach though. I got these bitches white face, you a ghost hoe. You a don't you stand on a post hoe. Suck it up, stand up, say that shit with your chest. You bitches barking over bones, I got digits to fetch. I can do bitches, I'm too busy, I don't deal with the press. You the type of hoe to leave a broke nigga impressed. You look a mess hoe, broke dick got you looking real stressed hoe. These broke niggas ain't cunt or fetch hoe. Stay up, stay woke, stay blessed hoe. For the motherfucking princess. For the motherfucking princess.
So we, had a little bit from Chris Michaels there.
And this is Kim Blue
Yes.
with her song Blue. But
And-
now we have our guest joining.
What?
We have our guest joining, and his name is.
What?
My name is Jeff.
There we go.
What's
Did it
up,
play
Jeff?
out that time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. See,
Perfect timing.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Nice.
Send me that.
That's gonna be his drop before a song.
You can play it right in the middle. My name is Jeff.
I'll put it as a tag.
Yeah.
You can't get over that. You can play that all day.
All day.
What's up, Jeff? Welcome to the show, brother.
Good to see you.
Good to
What
see
up,
you, too.
What up?
We're
Thanks for
back. We got
having me.
DJ Embrace. We got Rave Daddy Robbie. I'm
Hello.
DJ Ketone. We're here with My Name is Jeff. Man, you have been grinding for the last couple years,
Yes, sir.
DJing. You're trying to produce. You're starting to take more production lessons, and you're producing more things. I don't know if you've given that to the world yet. I know I've gotten a bite of it, a piece of it, but
No, I got some stuff I've been working on, but Tris has just been so
yeah, you're so super busy with Tris.
so busy with that, doing it every Friday, Saturday, getting people in, different DJs,
Yeah.
new DJs. I don't want to say old DJs, but
No, that's the
people
same.
that have been
The
in scene and
OGs.
yeah, getting them and everything, and thanks to you and what you've been doing, what you did at Saigon and that kind of thing gave me the idea of that's. I mean, realistically, that's just how you kind of move the scene forward. You know what I mean? I mean,
Absolutely.
house music is, for me, means a lot. You know what I mean? I mean, it helped me through some dark times in my life.
Oh, for sure.
That giving back, making sure that it moves forward, making sure that the scene's bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't know if anybody can tell, but I feel like now house music is everywhere.
It's
again.
Oh, it
everywhere.
is.
You know, you got your-
it's
Everywhere.
definitely.
You got your bars like Crafty and $5, those kind of things that play your hip hop and open format. But at the same time, like house music, I feel like has just taken off when it comes to St. Pete.
Yeah,
Tampa.
Yeah,
So-
it really has. You can see it spreading its wings here. And honestly, I'm grateful that you are doing what you're doing at Trist, Fridays and Saturdays, because it's hard for people to get a platform. Most people will sit on something and they'll be selfish about it and they'll just want to promote themselves. But all in all, there's no growth there.
Nope.
The growth comes with helping.
Yeah.
And giving back to the community. And I see you doing a lot of that. Your rosters are full.
Yeah.
Usually you got 2 or 3 other people on there.
Yep. And there's always, I mean,
every week.
I'm sure you probably know from Saigon, once you start that, and I mean, anything that I've done from the inside out, giving, I should say, you know what I mean, and trying to help other people, I feel like has always made me super successful. So like when I got other people in mind, when I'm doing that kind of thing, and there's just so many people, so many kids that you don't really recognize that they're DJs or they DJ at all, and all of a sudden they'll come up to you on the side at Tris. They'll be like, "Hey man, you think I can play next week, or you think I can play the week after?" And it's like, "Hey, first of all, I don't even know you, but second of all, if you got the what's to come up to me and ask me
Yeah.
to play here in
Yeah.
front of people like that, you obviously feel comfortable enough that you can play." And I
Maybe.
give people a shot. I mean,
How let's talk about that.
That was the question I
Right.
actually brought up. So how do they properly do that? And
well,
like,
I mean, I give people kind of like a structure. Usually Tris is weird. I don't want to say weird, but Tris is different because it is a dinner spot.
Yep.
So from 8 to 9:30 ish.
Is that what time you start?
8 o'clock. Yep,
Okay.
8 to 12. So usually from like 8 to 9:30 ish, people are still in their chairs. It's usually a little bit of an older crowd. Drinks are just starting to get flowing. So at first, when I first started doing it, myself included, I'd go in there and start playing tech house, with maybe even some bass house, that kind of thing. But the more I kind of recognize that, if I give people an idea of what to play and I give them enough time to prepare for it, we start off with Afro House from 8 to 9:30 or Deep House, something like that, a little bit lower tempo. And then
let's start right there. Like, remember we was talking about the art of the opening.
Yes.
That's the same thing at Concrete. Like, I have the 8 to 9 set at Concrete last week, and most DJs, if they're not familiar with how to DJ, they might come in with the tech house right off the bat, or the bass house right off the bat, or some Beatport top 40 track.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When that's not the case, you need to ease people in, not push them away.
For sure.
With all that.
For sure. And especially with house music these days, I mean, I'm sure everybody has seen like the rise of just complete like remixes.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's got a remix, and you could go down the subgenres of house and find a remix to anything.
Yeah.
and that's where I find I could sit on Spotify for hours, and that's where I find the best music because nobody else has got it.
Yeah.
You can go to
Yep.
P4 Top 40, and everybody's going to
Everybody
play
has
the same song that you're playing.
I
So it's
listen
like-
to so many mix shows on Sirius XM radio all weekend long when I'm driving around. I Shazam all this stuff. And that's why somebody asked me the same thing one time. They were like, where do you get all your music from? I always hear music you're playing that nobody else is playing and all that because I get stuff from Sirius XM,
Yep.
Spotify. I used to do Pandora, but that nobody listens to Pandora anymore.
Instagram's been popping off too because
Yes.
they've been
Yeah.
showing those little clips or whatever in different
What's
songs.
trending.
And if you're following the right DJs, you'll start getting like decent songs that are coming on there that nobody really listens to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But-
and if you're following DJs on Instagram too, I mean to cut you off.
You could.
That feature on Shazam, double tap the back of your phone, you can try Shazam a song during the clip of Instagram.
Oh.
So like, let's say like
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
You giving some tech tips. Here we
Yeah,
go.
so on Shazam, there's a feature if you got an iPhone where you can double tap the back of your
I see.
phone
It's an iPhone. That's
and
why.
it'll Shazam a track.
one of those
If,
things.
I
if
didn't
you're
know that
if you're
either.
on Instagram, you know what I
you
mean?
got to be in that social club, okay?
Yeah. So I'll show y'all how to do it. You know what I mean? So let's say if you're on, like I said, Instagram or any kind of social media platform, the second you come out of the platform and go to Shazam, the song will stop playing. You set it up to the quick tap on your back of your phone. It'll tap the song on that clip. Mm-hmm. And
Very cool.
so that's how I get
Very
some
cool.
songs too. Yeah.
So, have you had any bad stories about DJs that you've given an opportunity to, and somehow they've,
Yeah.
maybe you didn't do your due diligence, or they just didn't follow through?
100%. There's two stories I could talk about.
We don't have to give names.
I'm not giving no names of anybody, but one, props to them for coming up to me and asking me, but it looks like they didn't even DJ at their house for a little bit.
Yeah.
So within 5 minutes, I was like, "Hey, listen." I said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna have my boy take over real quick."
Yeah.
He filled in. I brought him to the side because this is the thing. I'm not trying to embarrass anybody either.
Right.
I brought him to the side and I literally said, "Hey, listen, I don't think you're ready for this yet.
Yeah.
You and I can get together Tuesday, Thursday, whatever you want to do. We can get together. I'll teach you some other stuff that I know." And then get you comfortable enough to go up there and do it. Because I don't want to put somebody in a position there, not.
Yeah,
not
you can scar
comfortable.
somebody.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, shoot, I've also had people that have DJ'd forever and have shut the song off in the middle of it.
Oh yeah.
You know what
Sure.
I mean? And how many times? I mean, I'm sure
Oh,
you've
we've all
messed
been
up
done,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But the other big thing that I haven't had a ton of issues with it, but I had one issue, and that is the simple fact that I had somebody that was too messed up on whatever.
Yeah.
And before they
that doesn't happen in our scene. What are you talking about? All of our friends are always wire focused.
But you know what? It wasn't alcohol. It must have been something else. But the person that was going to go up there, they stood up. I could tell in their face that they were about to fall over, and I just said, "It ain't happening." Dude.
Yeah.
Because that's just giving not only Trist a bad rap, myself a bad rap, but the whole idea of what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to put that at the forefront. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't care what you do.
Right.
Just
Be
hold your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If
When-
you're going to be up there representing yourself, do it respectfully.
when we were still at Saigon, though, the it's still in training mode. Though we got burned a couple of times by that. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm sure people try to curb their anxiety and their mood and whatnot by doing that. But it's like, in all fairness, and just like I tell everybody, you're better off going up there and messing up.
Yeah.
I'd rather see you go up there and mess up.
Yeah.
Stop the track. Put two instead of putting one. Load side one instead of two.
Right.
Those are the moments, and if you're sober, those are the moments you're going to remember that, and you're not going to do it the next
Right.
time.
Exactly.
Like that's going to be in your head. You're going to be like, I'm not even two,
Yes.
1, 2, 1.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Double
So-
check that. So I have this little trick that I do to myself is when I go to a mixer, I immediately hold the one that's up, and I hold the one that's down, down.
yeah, I do that too.
Just for my
Lot of button
mind's
tapping.
sake,
Yep.
to know, don't you load over there on
Yeah.
that thing, you know. But you have to go through. You have to get that repetition. You have to get that know-how and that those bumps to
Also know your equipment.
Make
Know
it
how to turn on
better.
the load lock so you don't
Yep.
do that.
yeah.
Yep.
Load
That
lock
too.
That was actually a lifesaver too.
How long have you been at Trist?
It'll be 2 years in August.
2 years.
Yeah.
Keep going, brother.
So I'm
yeah,
gonna
love what you're doing
ride
for the
it out.
community.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the community definitely talks about you, talk highly of you.
Appreciate
They hold
that.
you very high in the community, man.
Appreciate that.
Tell us more about you. Where you from? You've done college football too. Talk about that. Tell us
so-
about Jeff.
I am originally from Buffalo, New York. Go Bills.
Okay.
I moved down here in 2018.
Is it just coincidental you're wearing a Cincinnati Bearcats shirt?
Well, I was going to get into that.
Oh, okay, all right.
So actually, I'll skip the part about moving down here first. I went to Mercier's College, went to the University of Cincinnati, and went to Buff State. Played football at all three of them.
Nice.
And then got out of football. Kind of lived in Buffalo for 7-8 years, and in 2018.
Sorry to hear that.
I know.
So cold.
I'll tell you what. The one story I remember. 2 months before I left to move to Florida, we got buried in snow. I think it was like 12 feet over 24 hours. When I tell you the snow was over my front door, it was over my front door. My landlord was so cheap, and I lived out in the boonies, had a stone driveway or dirt driveway. He would plow the driveway with his little Toyota Corolla. So he was out there for like 8 hours in a row, just driving around in circles, trying to push the snow down. And I literally said to myself, I was like, this is just not for me. I'm just never. My parents are down here 7 months out of the year. I'm like, what the heck am I doing in Buffalo? I might as well come down here. So I made the switch down here in 2018.
It's paradise, though.
Oh
really, it
my
is.
gosh.
Like, once you live down here, people always give us shit. But once you've been down here for like a year or 2 years, just suddenly like, why wasn't I here like 10 years ago or whatever?
Yeah. Why didn't I do it sooner? Why didn't I go to college down here? All of that. You know what I mean? Moved down here in 2018. Started kind of DJing. Well, I was DJing back in New York, but it was just doing it in my bedroom, you know, in front of the mirror.
Everybody. Yep.
And then at that point, I was drinking, and so I just get drunk and DJ in my house, and then came down here. Had some situations happen, decided that drinking really wasn't for me, so I decided to stop drinking. And as soon as I stopped drinking, that's when opportunities just started flowing to me. Not because of probably that, but because of my mindset, because of where
100%.
I was mentally. And I haven't gone back since. So
I love that for
everything's
you,
been just going up and up and up and up and up.
Yep.
And like I said, living with that idea of helping other people, that only happened from stopping drinking.
Oh, for sure.
You know what
You
I'm
might
saying?
not thought about that.
Yeah, and that was just personally me. That's not everybody's relationship with it, but me personally, that's just you know, I can solely put that as the part of my life where I actually started to see better opportunities, being able to go out, being able to, you know, meet you and Sam and being able to help you guys at Saigon and that kind of, and the pier, all that kind of stuff. So. I'm
man, there was
for that.
many a nights we wouldn't have been able to make it without you.
Well, I appreciate that because that put me to where I'm at right now. So I'm forever grateful for you guys, for both you guys, and allowing me to, you know, use that platform to kind of, just like I'm doing, get out of my bedroom and get onto a place where, shoot, at that point, I didn't care if there were 6 people that were watching. It was better than myself watching myself in the mirror. You know, so no, it was that was awesome. So
I love that. For how many years sober?
4.5.
Congratulations, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Congratulations. So we've got you coming from, you know, the pure snow hell to Florida, you know,
Lake effect snow.
and to Florida,
That big
you've
snow place.
started DJing. You're at Trist. You've got this residency. What's next for the My Name Is Jeff saga?
So I got some songs, and you know, my biggest thing is I don't like the center of attention. I don't like, you know, so like really posting about anything that I'm doing production.
Yeah.
I don't even like putting my stuff on at Tris and telling people it's my song, but I sneak them in there.
Good.
And
how many you got? How many you holding on to?
2 that I have that are completely done, and I've mastered them myself. I've done everything. So are they the greatest? Probably not. But they sound good on the speakers at Tris. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
So and they sound
As long
good
as it passed
in
the
car
card test.
Exactly.
That's the card test.
Those are the big ones.
Yep.
Those are the big tests.
So you know, I've been the next step for me is probably you know, a couple things. One is I was thinking about expanding my brand into like events and, you know, having bigger DJs throwing events at different places, kind of like, you know, One of Us, late night flights, you know, things like that, where you can have a bunch of people that can use their power and their skills, you know, to bring the whole idea of SoundCloud of house music, you know, in Tampa up. And I think the more and more that we all do that together, I don't think we're going to see a negative thing from it. I mean, shoot, now we got other bars that are asking, hey, can you do a house night?
Oh, yeah.
That's
for
what
sure.
we need.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
more house nights, more people that are doing what you and I are doing, bringing people in, letting them DJ, letting them get out there. And the thing I've noticed about it, Trist, shoot, you have one new guy come, right? The first time he's ever played, he's bringing 25 deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25
Easily.
deep.
Yeah.
And you know what? They all recognize who you are. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting your brand out there as well as helping that person out. It's getting the bar out there as
Yes.
well. You know, the next Friday, they might just like the music and the vibe that you guys had that day. They're going to come next Friday too.
And they're so appreciative. They're like,
So
oh, let me go
appreciative.
spend $20 over here with him.
For
because,
sure.
Because, you know, he gave me a platform.
Yep.
He gave my boy a platform.
Yep.
He might even give me a platform. You know?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it ripples.
And that's what I was getting at. Like, there's been so many times. I mean, friends of friends have come. They got a buddy that DJs. Hey, can I get my buddy in here? I would have
Yeah.
never talked to the kid, and if I didn't know who he was.
Yep.
But his friend came, introduced me to him, and now he comes in place. I've had so many people like that that have continuously come too. Because I don't, if you want to come, let me know.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me know you want to come, and
Yeah.
you're more than welcome to play. If I
And trust you to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I try to keep it, the one thing that I try to do a little bit different, and I've noticed is I try to schedule people a different way. I mean, most places you play for an hour, right? I have 4 hours total. What I try to do is get 3 people, and I try, including myself, because Tris does want me to play, understandably so.
Yep.
But I try to do half-hour slots, and you're going to play again,
Yeah.
just not an hour, because what I wound up finding is people will come. They'll come from the 8 to 9. They stay. They bring 20 people. Well, the second guy that comes in, everybody, some of his friends might be out of town on spring break, whatever.
Yep.
So now he sits there and he doesn't have anybody in front of him.
Yep.
If I stagger people 30-minute slots,
Yeah.
it gives them a time. They can stay, they can party, they can have fun.
Yeah.
And then everybody and it's built the night so that people are consistently throughout the entire night.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a problem with the short sets, but I don't think people understand that those short sets are good for certain environments, especially, let's say, a tryst environment, because you have people there that need not only just the people there, but people in general have a short attention span. So if you're mixing up the crowd, you're mixing up the music, and let's say your crowd no matter what, because you've been there 2 years, you know what's going to happen. You're like, okay, I can adjust. I can see the room needs to be this level right now. And but a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, oh, I get a 30-minute set. I can't even get into my groove. That's like 3 tracks, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it could be 3 tracks, or it could be 5, or it could be, 2 or 3 really, really good tone setting tracks. And if you understood the way the art is, you would understand that. But a lot of people don't come in with that thought.
And that was the biggest thing, man. Like, the biggest thing I've learned at Tryst and is building a night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
building a
that's
night,
important.
like, okay, this is where we got to start off at, and this is where we got to get to. And that not only means song selection, but also volume too.
Yeah.
I used to start it off with the white line,
Just pump it.
right at the white line. Everything's right there. Everything's, but that gives me no room to work.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when 10:30 rolls around, and the party starts bumping, now you're redlining.
Now you're
because
redlining.
you're pushing it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and luckily we have a good manager over there, Scott, that knows how to, work the master inside, so
Yeah.
he can keep it up a little bit,
Yep.
it up a little bit.
Good.
And to be honest with you, Flute has been great too. I mean, they've kind of scheduled it where their guy is over on the other side. It's
Yeah.
not really that loud, and they usually put their DJs inside, so it's not like we're ever really competing. There's some spots that you sit there that you'll hear their stuff a little bit, but I mean it's outside, so there's not really much you can do
Yeah,
about
you
it.
just gotta roll with the punches being
Yeah.
outside. But you guys have really turned that block inside out.
Yeah, no, it's sweet.
That
though.
block has really turned into damn near a nightclub outside.
Yep,
You know, until midnight.
Got
Seriously.
the disco ball out there. I put that up, and I mean, shoot, as soon as you see the disco ball on it, I was just like, hey, if we put a disco ball up there, people are just going to
That was
start
a great
taking
idea.
pictures of it and start
Yeah.
tagging Tryst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another way to get our stuff out.
Great
So,
idea.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been popping.
Okay. All right. I love that for you, man. So, I mean, I feel like let's give the people where they can find you. Of course, Your name is.
My name is Jeff.
But let them know exactly where they can catch you, your social medias, and some upcoming things that you have going on.
Instagram, I have my name is Jeff_music. SoundCloud's going to be Jeffrey Wilhelm, Jeffery Wilhelm, Wilhelm. And that's really honestly the only social medias that I roll with. So.
Okay, you gotta do some TikToks.
Well, thank God, man. Yeah, I already told you how embarrassed I am to put stuff out there. So
I know.
But and then as far as coming up stuff, I mean, shoot, we got every Friday and Saturday I'm at Trist, and I usually, like I said, I have 2 or 3 DJs.
Any guests this week coming up?
I have Alex Hale, Wow Sean.
Oh yeah,
he's about to come up. Saturday I have Harold M.
Oh, nice. Fun.
And shoot, I gotta check my Instagram to make sure I have it. But
yeah,
and then I actually have a list of who's playing for Pride Parade, which is coming up on the 28th. We got Late Fee.
Oh, nice.
Christian.
Yes,
Mike.
my boy. Yep.
Yep. Y'all are gonna go back to back.
Oh, nice. Are you both on it?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
I
Very
got
good.
my buddy Marky Mark and the Funk. Dipsy. Dre.
Oh,
Drez.
Dipsy's fire.
Yeah,
Love
Dipsy is
Dipsy.
fire. That's my boy.
Which Dipsy? The
Not
new
my-
Dipsy
not
or the
Miami
old
Dipsy.
Dipsy? Oh,
Not
okay.
no,
all
not
right.
Miami Dipsy. No.
The other Dipsy.
Other
It's a
Dipsy.
local Dipsy.
Yeah, the local Dipsy.
Yeah. Him.
Yeah, the one that took the same name and changed a couple letters in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got Drez.
Okay, nice.
Kiki. So Carol. Carol.
Oh, Kiki. Yes, nice. Okay.
Element. Alejandro.
Nice.
Yep. The homie.
7 Mode Mo, who's, to be honest with you, he's helped me out a lot at
Mo.
Trist.
Yeah, Mo's a good person.
Very
Coming
cool.
in there whenever, just playing, always bringing a crowd with him too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's a blessing.
Yeah, I love Mo.
And myself. So we'll all be there on the 28th of June. So
Very fun.
2 to 12. Come through Beach Drive. I know the late night flight guys are going to be at Flute and Tram right next door. So
Yep.
if you can't catch a vibe with us, you'll be able to catch a vibe with them.
The whole street.
It's bounce
is.
back and forth.
Yep.
It's going to be legit a house party. So
Love that for you guys. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to promo before we go to commercial break?
I'm good, man.
Yeah?
I'm glad to come.
Dude, it's so good to see you, man. We don't get to see each other often.
I know. It's been a minute,
I
dude.
didn't know y'all had history like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We were hanging out almost every week on
Yep.
Saigons. He'd come down and you'd hang out, spend a little bit.
Ask him
We
every week,
rented
hey,
his
can I play, bro?
equipment.
Can I play, bro?
Yeah. We'd rent his equipment for weeks on end, probably. I think even
Oh, yeah.
even after he still had his Trist gig, I think
Yeah.
we were still renting
Yeah.
gear.
That's funny.
Oh, that, I mean, that was Blake Blazes.
Yeah,
old
you
set.
bought that set.
Those
And we were
thousands.
like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah, the red decks, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
red decks. Yeah.
Like, they just float through the city.
And I put the my name is Jeff on them, so I made sure I got my name out there.
Yes, yes. What a
Funny.
classic thing, man. Thank you so
Heck
much
yeah,
for
man.
joining us on the show.
Appreciate
One
it.
more time, we get that soundbite in there.
My name is Jeff.
Joining us on the show today. Thank you guys for tuning in to Houseology Live. After this commercial break, we'll come back. We're going to get into some of the upcoming events and things that are happening around the city, and even maybe some excitements that we have coming out. We'll let you guys know
let's
here
go.
shortly
Tune in.
after this break. We'll be right back.
I didn't realize I picked techno. I turned that on. I was
Love
like, well, that's a
it.
little intense
Yeah.
for going
Is
into
my
a
mic
break.
on? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Is that divine? Not divine.
That is disruptive patterns.
disruptive
Wes.
patterns. Yeah. Well, that's his group name.
Yes.
Welcome back, guys, to Houseology Live.
Hey, I'm back.
If you hung with us this whole time, we got DJ Volume back in the building. If you hung with us this whole time, you saw that great interview with My Name is Jeff. He was our guest today, and what a great guy, what a great DJ, somebody who's helping out the community. So make sure you go and follow him. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tune in to hit that notification button up there to subscribe to Humble House Records, which is the umbrella company that for Houseology Live. Where you can see all of our past,
Umbrella
previous...
Corporation.
Yeah,
I was just like the
Umbrella.
Umbrella Corporation. I was like, that's a good reference there.
Yeah,
that's
this is not the Resident Evil.
Yeah,
I was
Resident
thinking
Evil.
of Raccoon
That's what,
City.
yeah,
I was
Raccoon
about to say
City.
Raccoon
Yeah,
City,
the Umbrella
yeah.
Corporation. I was just like, I watched
I know
that.
that.
can't.
I made the mistake of
Yeah.
watching that like 2 weeks ago at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Oh,
and
the worst.
fuck that. That was
Yeah.
like, I woke up like 5 times in the middle of the night with the craziest dreams. I was like, never again.
Remember the
never
game
again.
on PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1? So
Oh
fire.
yes, I used to
Yeah.
love that game.
Oh, it's so
but
good.
when they started bringing in like the Illuminati zombies and
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
I said,
like,
I'm
yeah,
out.
time to go.
I'm
Time to
out.
go. Yep.
I'm out. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe to us. We are back. DJ Volumes in the building. We got DJ Embrace over there.
Hello.
We got Rave Daddy Robbie
Hello.
in the building.
Still here.
You got some interesting stuff coming up. Tell us about tacos and
Oh,
tequila.
yes.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
So that's tomorrow night. Bay Burr Brewing. Myself and my cohort in crime, I Awake, will be doing our what we call Techno Tequila Tuesday. We have to be careful how we handle that because somebody will get upset. Thank you. There you go. There you go. Yeah, let me see real quick. I'm trying to bring
They'll
this
get upset
up on-
about the taco.
Well, yeah, you can't call it Techno Tuesday.
Tequila and techno.
Oh, Techno
Right.
Tuesday.
Yeah, you can't call it Techno Tuesday.
has to be-
That's a no-no.
Is that is
Why?
there a thing on that?
Oh, yeah, we could do
Is
it.
there
Where's that? Is that is that in the chat or is that in?
Yeah, it's in. The,
Oh, okay, yeah, I might be able to do that. That'll probably work. Right now, though, I'm not bringing anything up on my Instagram. It's being stupid.
okay. What is
What's up with
What's
the
deal with the
techno-
techno
techno
Tuesday?
Oh,
Tuesday.
well, I'm not going to get too deep into it. Just that. Okay, so I in like 2001 ish decided that I was going to start streaming, and I was a little late to the game. But the one thing that I did decide I was going to do is I was going to play techno.
Okay.
And
I remember.
you can reach out to Sky Armada or Climber if anyone wants to validate the story. But that was the whole reason why I wanted to do it, because I said, I
remember
think
this.
techno is going to be the next big genre.
Yeah, I remember this. I was there.
And now look at it.
Techno's the next big right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I started streaming it, and I just wasn't really like I think I was up to. I just wasn't getting the viewership. I came in. I was like 6 months to a year too late. I should have jumped right on it as soon as we went into COVID, just like everyone else did.
Right.
All the people that jumped right on it, most of them have also faded away. Some of them are still, some of our close friends still, like our
Most
good
of them
friend
make
Chris
good money.
Craze. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
Paul
Craze with it.
Santana.
Average like 5,000-6,000 viewers during the day when they were on their show and stuff. And Heather as well, Heather Effie and
Yep.
Scott. But I just wasn't really gaining the traction. But then there was another DJ elsewhere in the country that had started a Techno Taco Tuesday.
Really?
And
In our country?
In our country.
Ah.
And I did not. I called mine Techno Tuesday.
Okay.
That was it. That's all I did.
Yeah.
And this person came on to one of my posts one time on Facebook and got all shitty, well, smart assy with
man.
and the thing because of that. And I was like, bro, it had nothing to do. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Like, I really
Yeah.
did. I still just know the person, but I've never met the person.
Yeah.
I have no desire to meet the person. I know he's friends with friends, but he's not in my friends group. I'm never going to play with him. We're never going to play together. I just simply picked that name
Yeah.
out of the blue and then put it on there. And then one day he jumps on my Facebook and tries to make it sound like I was copycatting him. And it was purely, totally coincidental and what caught me even worse is when it popped up, my good friend. I'm trying to think of his DJ name. Fuck, I forget his DJ name. Anyways, my one good friend jumped on there and like defended me, and then that actually made it worse because then they started going at it, and it was like, oh, I've been doing this and blah blah blah, and I've been DJing for 27 years, blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, holy shit, bro! Like, really, this is this important to you? Like, you're really feeling threatened by that's
Baba Booey.
like you're really feeling this threatened by somebody who just started DJing 6 months prior to this or whatever and is doing this so I can get better at DJing. And it was just really funny, which also, quite frankly, just kind of discouraged me a little bit after it too, because
It shouldn't have.
I know.
You never see this guy ever again.
I have to admit
and he's
too.
in a whole nother story.
Okay, you can. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying. I gotta find some good ones here. Right?
Okay, Rich, come on now, settle down over there.
Oh, we love you, Rich.
Yeah,
But-
we miss you, Rich.
And then you know what was
We need ya, clearly.
What was actually that's funny. What was actually
I'm trying. Hold
really
on.
nice is Santana that you brought up, Paul, and him doing his Twitch streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
Paul had reached out to me, but Paul reached out to me in my Twitch Messenger, and I literally got his message like 5 months later because I was just poking around in my Twitch account one day, and
Oh.
it said I had one message, and I was like, "What?" And I clicked on it. It was Paul, and I was like, "Ah."
Was he
And I
gonna
was
put you on a train?
Well, no,
that
he
would've
wanted,
been-
he wanted to know if if I wanted to come play on his show or if we wanted to like do something together.
Oh, nice.
And then I never got the message because it was on my Twitch account, which
yeah.
then I tried to talk to him one day and I tried to tell I never got you. Like, I think he thinks I just fucking snubbed him and that because that wasn't the case
I'm sure you
at
can
all.
reach out. He's such a nice guy.
Oh no! Paul and I had known each other a long time, and I'm fairly certain we're friends. So
Yeah,
and all that, so I don't think there's any issues there.
I'm sure you guys figure it out.
But it was just after the whole like that little debauchery that occurred with the whole naming issue, and that which Paul is friends with the person that brought that up and all that. And then I don't answer Paul's email that he sent me or message that he sent me. It was just a completely weird, just stroke of coincidental events, and everybody like people apparently got concerned or territorial and like really decided, well, fuck this guy, and it just was. Anyways,
It happens.
anyways,
But now you have techno,
new topic,
tequila and
yes,
techno.
new topic,
TNT.
TNT.
So
June
You can
10th.
run with that branding.
I awake, and I've known
check. Sounds off.
I've known I awake. What's wrong?
No, you're on.
Oh, I've known I Awake for like now probably going on like about 4 years. And when he lived in Denver for a short time, we kept talking about we wanted to do a techno event. And when we got back, we were going to do a techno event. And finally, here a couple months ago, that's what ended up happening. We were able to do what we wanted to do.
Okay.
And there we go. Now it's coming up. And
You guys have a dope lineup this week.
yes, we do. Here it is. Okay, finally. Sorry, guys. I'm multitasking. Apologize. Here we go. But Techno and Tequila STP is the Instagram for it. And this week we've got Alejandro, Amanda Floyd, I Awake, and myself play every time, and then also Gio Leon.
Nice.
Very good.
And we have this will be our second show, second Tuesday we're doing. We've already got the next 4 Tuesdays blocked out.
There will be tacos,
Yep.
right?
Yes, we have tacos. We will now have vegetarian options. We'll have rice. We'll have beans. We knew we were a little lacking perhaps on options for people last time, so we took care of that. We had
Well, you know what we're having
We
for
had-
dinner tomorrow night.
exactly. Yep.
Easy
And
peasy.
they were great tacos, weren't they? Weren't
Yeah.
the meat was seasoned delicious? A pork
Great
or chicken?
tacos, great
Yes.
prices.
Nice.
It was perfect.
Yes, and that's something because like we were talking about this Divine Freak last week and had their event there, and one of the things that people were talking about was how the pricing for everything was so nice. Like they're not gouging the people.
It's a crowd, yay! I
They're
got
not
it.
gouging the people like at some other events that we know in the scene or venues that we know who are doing like catered. Thank you, catered. All right, I'm taking your laptop away. This is you don't have to
He has
do it
a
every
weed
5
pen.
seconds.
He has a weed
yeah.
pen now.
Listen,
Clearly.
sound effects make it. You know?
So, but yeah, the
We need different ones.
but that's one of the people liked about it. And the environment's really good. And Yeah, it's just going to be a fun event, and we had a great turnout last time. Hopefully, we can push towards 200 people this time.
What time is it from? Like,
It
what's
is.
that time?
Thank you. 7 to midnight. Yes.
Perfect.
7 to midnight.
Nice, that's good on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
it
the
is.
tacos show up at 7.
Club going up.
Yep. And then
Tuesday.
I also,
What a throwback.
while you've got me on the microphone, and I love the microphone. I also will be playing in Vail, Colorado this weekend.
Oh.
And,
All right. Any Colorado listeners?
Yep. It's a place called Chasing Rabbits, which is one of the biggest clubs in Vail, and that really cool. They got a ton of stuff planned. Believe it or not, Vail is actually a pretty bumping place during the summer.
I bet.
You would think that because it's a ski town that it's not, but would you believe it'll be 75 degrees during the day and it'll be 35 degrees at night? A 40-degree
Ooh.
temperature drop.
I'm cold
You
thinking
got your
about
clothes.
it.
40-degree temperature drop. Yes.
Yeah, you need a
You
jacket.
need shorts,
Which-
and then you need like overalls.
Yes, exactly.
love
Like
that.
totally was not expecting that. I was like, are you kidding me? So I'll be playing that. I'll be playing it. My good friend Sakali hooked me up with that. I'm leaving Thursday night, coming back Monday. We're
Very
making
cool.
a big weekend of it. That's
That's
gonna
gonna
be
be
like 20 of us, or at least
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Nice.
something like
That's
that going out there.
Have a good
cool.
time.
Yeah, so then there's that, and and as we've already mentioned, that I'm playing again for my fourth
Oh,
fourth
Pride
time now.
Parade.
Yes, I'll be doing, as Jeff had mentioned, flute and drum with the Late Night Flights group. I'll be back
Nice.
there again, and we'll be playing there. And just confirmed today, I will again be on the Enterprise float in the Pride Parade as well,
Hey.
playing there too.
Hey.
There we go.
I just got that confirmed
You should
as
have
well.
the Star Trek
Yeah.
soundbite, the Enterprise.
So-
Hold on,
There you go.
don't
Thank
play
you.
it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
So yeah, I suddenly it always cracks me up. I'll go from having literally nothing on my calendar and being like, wow, nobody wants to hear me play, and then suddenly I'll go to having like 4 weeks back to back. I'm just playing and playing and playing.
That's the
Yep.
nature of the beast.
It
And
is
then-
up and down. It's a
Yes.
wave.
And then the week after this, on Saturday, I'm subbing for Chris Michaels at Saigon.
Hey, let's
And
go.
so there you'll have me on Thursday, and then you'll have me on Saturday. I kind of sort of didn't think that through. I probably should have told him to get somebody else, to be honest. but oh well.
Hey.
So,
All right.
have some
Raise
fun.
Daddy
Yeah.
Robbie
Hey,
all over
Daddy
the
Robbie
globe.
in the city. yo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the globe.
and
You're-
and I'll have a special guest
Yes.
that night playing with me as well. So it's a good friend of mine that everybody knows. He's kind of short. He's Puerto Rican, and everybody knows. Yeah. So he's going to be joining me and all that, which he's probably listening, which is kind of funny. I just thought about that. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, like.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very
Nice.
cool. We have Alter Ego.
Sorry, I've been
has-
talking for like 10 minutes. I apologize.
No, you're good. Jay Crusoe and friends at Alter Ego, June 10th. That's coming up. That's
I still haven't been there, and I need
It
to
is
go
really
there.
nice. Yeah,
I
definitely
heard
go.
it was a vibe.
Yeah.
That's a nice little spot.
Yeah.
We gotta go. That's June 10th.
tomorrow.
I see here Jay Crusoe has 1 million streams on Spontaneous Combustion.
Yeah, 1 million streams.
Very good. I know I
Yeah.
put in at least 4 or 5. I know
Yeah,
I
for
know
sure.
I did that. It's a really good song. I like how he sampled the
Oh,
sample.
come
Because actually, the sample he used, that guy is one of my favorite motivational.
Oh yeah,
speakers.
it's from Detroit.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't think of his
Eric-
name.
Eric D-
Thomas.
Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah, I met him a
One of
few
my
times.
favorites.
Yeah, he's great. He's
He
great.
actually put me right out of my being a 9-to-5er.
Yeah.
He talked me right up out of it.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then we have Steppin' Culture is live every Tuesday
Yep.
from
8
to 11.
Yep.
Yes.
3-hour set. They be going in, yo.
Yeah, I did it for the first time last week. It was
Yeah.
fun. It was a good
Yes,
time.
you got. We
Yeah.
listened.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we were
Yeah, it was a little
Y'all were
groovy.
going in.
Yeah, it was fun.
Usually I'm
always
doing
just-
my work on
yeah,
Tuesday.
at Tuesdays we just throw
Yeah.
it on, we blast
Yeah.
it.
I'm working,
Yeah,
doing
that's
my
awesome.
background
Listen to the
stuff.
guys.
Yep.
And y'all
Appreciate the
vibing.
support. Yeah,
Absolutely.
They're trying to build on that. So shout out to Evie
Yep.
and Yay,
Big
Steppin'
shout
Culture.
out.
I have an interesting question for you guys.
What's up?
Off topic here, real quick.
Sure.
It has to do with music, not necessarily house music. I was just literally, I bumped over the Facebook real quick and saw this article in the New York Times. It says Cole Escola is first out non-binary person to win an acting Tony for a play. Because that Tonys, of course, is where all the musical awards and stuff come out of as well.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
the Tonys, anything on Broadway, anything on stage,
Right,
just
live
for
performance.
I mean, believe it or not, I actually have to explain this because I don't think the Tonys are anywhere near as close as recognized as they used to.
like,
There's probably a lot,
yeah.
As
probably a
they
lot of
used
kids.
to be, yeah.
Used to be.
There's probably a lot of kids that are like Tonys. What the fuck are
Yeah.
those?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think it's funny because you know what? That one dude won a Grammy like 2 years ago, and he was going on about being the first transgendered person to wear a Grammy. And I'm like, really? You think you're the first transgender person in 100 years of
Just
music?
to openly say it. He's probably just the first person to publicly say that.
I don't know about that either. Like, I mean, there's been several. I think there's been quite a few transgender people in the music scene over the years that have been, and that have won awards and done a really good job. But
I'm trying to think of who.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious though. Like, is this really the first? Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I think these are. I'm like,
What do you think? What do you think? You think they're a ploy, like
A ploy to get you to click the
propaganda?
article.
Like,
I think it was either a ploy or just a cheap way to get headlines.
a cheap way to get recognized.
Yeah, to get recognized
I
because
see.
because that's the way. That's the one thing that what happened with God. What was the guy's name? Who's the guy's name that's the transgender dude? God, I can't think of his
The
name. Right off the top.
Kardashian.
The Kardashian dad?
No. The singer. He's did a lot of songs. He something about hell or whatever, and
Oh man, I'm lost.
God, I'm drawing a blank on the.
He's not talking about. You're not talking about the gay rapper dude.
No, not the gay rapper dude. It's terrible, anyways. But
Not Sam
no,
Smith?
Sam. Yeah, it's Sam
Is
Smith.
it
I
Sam
think.
Smith?
No,
no,
Sam
he's
not
Smith's
transgender.
No.
He's
transgender.
just
No, there's another dude that
Lil
did.
Nas X. That's what I was thinking of. Not Lil Nas X.
No, not Lil Nas X. But they got on the microphone when they won the Grammy, and then it was like blah blah blah. I'm the first transgender person to win a Grammy or something to that effect.
Jeez, I had no idea.
And I was just kind of like, really? Are you sure? Sure about that? Because I know you're 26 or 7 years old, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of history there that you might not be aware of.
I'd be interested to know.
Because you guys know I don't necessarily ride my pride flag around everywhere, and
No. Why?
And-
Why not?
well, because that's not who I am.
All right.
You know,
I feel you.
But
Well, we got to have the knowledge. You got to know it.
sometimes,
you know?
sometimes it's just I think it's just kind of funny when people
gotta
grab
stay
on to stuff
informed.
like that.
Okay.
And I think we've also
I'm gonna have
made
to look into that.
a lot. I think we've made a lot of progress in the scene, not scene in
In the world.
the LGBTQ, community.
Yeah.
In the last few years in that, and I think there's a lot. Yeah, in most bigger cities, I think we don't have near as much issues as we used to.
No.
Yeah.
And that now, you might still have somebody in the middle of Iowa that might not be too keen about being out or something in a town because of that. I get that.
Yeah.
And all that, but
I always when things like this happen, I realize that there has only been so many years of like cooperation in full,
Yeah.
and that's kind of it's fresh. I feel like it's fresh. So it could be a possibility that this person, might say that they're the first transgender person to have done something. It could be because, it's
Well, I mean,
it's
the
hard out
transgender,
here
the
for-
transgender one, no, that definitely was not the first person to win awards in the Grammys being transgendered for sure.
Really?
Yeah, there were several acts in the '80s who had transgender lead singers, as well as a couple heavy metal or rock groups from the
Were they
'70s.
publicly out?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
wow.
you knew for a fact.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
So-
that person's just misinformed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. But then they make the call out on the microphone on a
Yeah,
live
so you can't
broadcast.
do that. You can't
and
do
I'm just
that
like, no.
publicly.
And then I don't know. By the way, I did not read the article. I want to be really clear. That's just so people don't start being scathing with me. I don't know if she said it specifically on, or
Yeah.
they said it specifically on the microphone or not, or just the article's just saying it. But
Okay,
if
but yeah, because
they,
the article could be
Correct.
putting
Fake
in.
news.
yeah, because
Yeah.
but if they
Yeah,
actually
they-
got up there and
they-
they said they were
Yeah.
the first non-binary
Who posted
person,
it?
The New York Times.
Oh,
Oh,
So,
I don't
just
know how well
interesting.
news is so finicky.
It is.
I hate
And
the
speaking
news.
of news, I mean, it's in our we can talk about it, but there's some wild things happen politically.
Like in LA, yeah.
and,
Oh, yeah.
and just as a whole in our country right now. And first of all, we want to
scary.
say that as being a podcast and a company that's ran by family members, our hearts go out to everybody who has to go through these hard times. And we're wishing them the best of luck and support in any way that we can support them. But the way that things are happening right now, we need to get we need to figure out what the hell's really happening.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Be informed.
we all need to find the most peaceful way to solve these problems.
Yes.
You know, I understand that rioting is, you know, it's not easy to get your voice to be heard in today's times, and rioting may seem like a solution to that problem, but
Well,
if we can find a peaceful way to talk and peaceful way to come together and protest without having, you know,
People get hurt.
people getting hurt,
Businesses
having
getting
our
affected. People
government
getting looted.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
having our government, you know, do some of the hurting rather than, you know, the talking. You know, that it's there's just so many fine lines that are crossed here, and I'm just wishing our country and our people the best solution to this.
I worry about I worry about where it's going. Like this is like I'm not gonna say like some of the stuff that like I was seeing on the news today, but because I just don't want to make broad statements. But it's like they CNN interviewed the superintendent of the LA schools, and they said that they've had ICE people come into the schools claiming that they want to interview the kids or pull the kids out of class or talk to them, and that's illegal. They can't do that. And the superintendent says they've had principals of the schools and stuff say they'll come in and say, "Oh no, the parent has given us permission," and supposedly they'll call the parents and no, I have never given them permission to talk to my son or daughter or anything like that.
Things are
and
just
that's
getting out of
problems.
control.
And of course, you know, depending on how you are politically affiliated, people are going to be like, "Oh, well, that's just all lies. That's all blah 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 blah," and whatever, and then vice versa. But I think we like. I said this once before, and I'm sticking to this. When we started cheering for political parties like we cheer for a football team, that was the fucking problem right there.
Yeah.
That is not how politics are supposed to be played. It is not about who wins or loses.
Right.
These are the people that are making our laws and governing our country.
Right.
And we are hopefully picking the best people to do the job. And of course, people have varying opinions on who those people are.
Right.
But we should not be cheering for these people like we're watching a fucking football game. That
Yeah.
is not how this works.
Yeah, I agree.
It pisses me off.
I agree. So, you know, we've got to figure out this solution, and hopefully we can do it all as a nation, and we can do it quickly. You know, I'm wishing LA
It's that.
our thoughts.
And just imagine, like, you got kids. Nobody here really got. You got kids.
Yeah.
So imagine if you were on your way to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or imagine if you got picked up during this podcast. If
Yeah.
you were
Yep.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Now you can't even go to your kids. Your kids are like, "Where's daddy? Where's
Yep.
mommy?"
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean, so
It's just
It's-
wild.
yeah,
Just so
it's
wild.
The stories are crazy. It really is. It's like, man, we could have a whole show talking about this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, it's unfortunate. And then, you know, and then you think about going back to the music scene and that, and when we play at a bar or a club or something like that, it's not just whites, it's not just blacks, it's not just Latinos, it's
Yeah.
not just any of that. Like,
Right.
we're all together having fun in
Right.
that. I mean, I don't see color for the most part. I never really have, to be quite frank. But it's just, I'm surprised the amount of people that still do.
You
Yeah.
almost feel a little guilty though. Like we're here, blessed, you know,
Mm-hmm.
doing this, and this was going on in our country. Right
Yeah.
now, you know?
I know.
So it's a little unfortunate sometimes.
Yeah, and it seems like it's going to be a time where we're going to have to find out how to come together again. You know, we're all just going to have to stick up for each other, you know, when as best as we can, and come out of this ahead. You know,
Absolutely.
But get back to some local news, guys.
Sorry
We
about
have-
that. I probably drifted that. My bad.
No, that's all right, man. Those are some things that we need to talk about. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it needs to absolutely be said, and hopefully the people watching will be inspired to take their part in this.
And be informed about it too.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a platform. I think it was only necessary to like at least touch base on what's going on in our
Absolutely.
country. Like, we live here, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes. True.
So
We
house.
got 3
and-
minutes, by the way.
House and Arcade happened this weekend, right? This
That's
last weekend.
that's
Oh,
coming up
that was
this-
House of Fun. House of
Yes.
Fun was this weekend.
Yep.
What's House of Arcade? Is that the same?
I just heard of this
rendition?
like a couple minutes ago before I got to today's show. So
Okay.
Fergs-
You did give me a story link.
Oh, that's
yeah,
House
it's the
of
very
Fun,
bottom.
I think.
Is that House of Fun? No, this is like I got the link on the thing. So it is. Yeah, hold on one
It
second.
sent me to
What's
a
the
story.
Fisher's performance at Universe in Ibiza?
Yeah, hold on one second.
in Ibiza?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it
that's
wasn't
him
in
flying
Ibiza.
around.
Was that where he
Yeah.
like flew down to the stage?
Yeah,
That was funny.
I didn't even see that.
I
don't know what that.
Hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's good. He's a fucking jokester. That guy.
yeah, he is.
was
Ev posted on his story. So it's called Bogey House Presents House on Arcade.
Oh.
Okay. House and arcade. That's dope.
Yeah, that's
I
at
like the
Ferg's.
thought.
It's
That's
going to
at
be on the
Ferg's,
second
the
floor.
upstairs. I
Yep.
think-
Oh, that's Harold
Yeah,
M.
yeah.
Harold M's. Okay.
Yeah, Harold
okay.
M,
Very
yeah.
good. I love that.
Don't forget about Taylor's Next Desire coming up on the 14th as well.
Yes, that's
Ooh.
Jaden Thompson, Jeff Sorotsky.
Those events have all been selling out. They're doing really good.
Gio Luca.
I know I wanted to go to the last one, but it was
Jeff
sold
Sorkowitz.
Sokowitz.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fire.
thank you.
Minimal
And
tech
Gio
detail.
Luca, June
And-
14th.
And the lighting and sound for that is our friends Sarif and Nomad Lighting and Sound. Has
Oh,
been doing
okay,
that.
Nomad.
And so they've been adding some new features to it. They're doing a really good job minimally. There's not a lot of lights and there's not a lot of stuff going on. And if you've been to any of the events, there's a ring that goes above the DJ booth, and that's like the whole point. Like that's
I
how
love
Taylor
that.
based it around things that the ring do. And then at the last show, they were almost actually syncing the ring with certain things that were happening in the lights as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it was
really
kind of
sweet.
neat. It was kind of neat. Yeah, so that's really cool. If you get a chance, if you haven't got tickets, get tickets and go there.
Probably
All right.
sold out. It'll probably be sold out. All of these events. have been
Yep.
sold out.
Always, I know.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Oh, we have the Unhatched compilation coming up.
Yes.
The submissions are due
1
for
minute.
that July 4th. We already have a few. Actually, I may go live tonight and demo.
through some.
Go through some demos. Yeah. That'll be fun.
And
While we're unboxing.
real quick, Funhouse that was just this weekend at Ferg's.
That's what it is,
With
Funhouse.
what's the record label?
Stress-free
Stress-free
record.
record label.
Stress-free,
Yeah,
yeah.
with our friends Quinn and special guest, and
Yep.
I think there's
It looked
one or
fun.
yeah.
I think I saw Cal Kinch on the decks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
Okay.
he was. It was a good event. It was
Were you
nice.
there?
Yeah, I went
Oh,
there. I was there for a
nice.
little bit. Yeah,
Very cool.
Nice.
And it was nice. They had a dance floor area down.
Did they have
and-
like carnival games?
and all that? Yes, I think so.
Oh.
They had a little blow up disco house, like I think we were expecting to have that one time in Atlanta, and they had another DJ in there.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Oh, I know.
Lord.
Right.
Jay Honey would call in right now. She'd have a segment for it.
But yeah, they had one of those, and that was pretty cool. But it was neat. But it also worked out really well because it was a UFC night, by the way. So Ferg's was packed end to end, full of people watching the UFC, and then they had their event going on back there.
Very
So,
cool.
but I saw
That's
Quinn,
cool.
and he seemed to be pretty happy with it and whatnot.
Very cool.
Nice.
It
But-
looked like a successful event.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's that time again, guys.
All right.
All right.
We love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in to Houseology
Yes, sir.
Live. We are at the Moxy. Thank you, Moxy, for blessing us with this room.
Yes.
We will see you guys next week, next Monday at 6:30.
Yep.
I'm Ketone, Volume, DJ Embrace, Rave Daddy Robbie, Danielle, DJ Rich, Shelton, Vanity. We miss you guys. Love you guys. We see you next week.
See y'all next week.
Wrapping it up for this week's show. Tune in next Monday at 6 p.m. for the best up-to-date info on EDM news, culture, and gossip on the Houseology Live show.
Humble House Radio.